In this video, you will learn how to fetch an API from the external source and use that fetched API in our application. So this is the product we fetched from the dummy JSON API. These are all the products here. We are going to use this dummy JSON API for our tutorial. So let's start the project. So this is a simple React app I created, and I just removed the code from the app.jsx and nothing much more. If you go to the website browser, look, we have nothing here. I just removed this code and I didn't remove anything from here. Okay, so how to fetch an API? First, right here before this return statement, what you have to do is you have to write a function name, for example, fetch API. And this is an arrow function. Inside this function, we have to fetch an API, and this is an asynchronous task basically. Why this is asynchronous? Because we don't know when this function fetch an API for us using the external source. So that's why this is asynchronous task, and this asynchronous task will not block our whole application. Okay, so inside this, first what we have to do is write const and write here, for example, response, because we have to get a response from the external API. When we write async, always write await with the async. Remember this. And we use fetch function of the JavaScript, and inside this function what we have to do is go to the browser and write here dummy JSON, click on the first link and click on read docs, and just copy this link and paste it here like that. This is the first step. In this step, we just fetch our response from this source and store in this variable. Okay, this is the first step. The second step is write here const data and await, and write here response dot JSON. Why we have to write this thing here, response dot JSON? Because our response is not in the JSON format. So we have to convert this into the JSON format. That's why we have to write this line here. And it is also an asynchronous task, and we don't know how much time it takes to convert this into the JSON format. Okay, so that's why we have to write here await and response.json. After that, just after this function, we use effect hook to call our fetch API. This takes a callback function and the dependency array. This is the structure of the use effect hook. Now inside this, just call fetch API and write here after this console.log and data. Now if you go to the browser, inspect, in the console bar, refresh the app. Okay, and we have our response here. Look, we have 30 products here. All the products is showing here. So how to show this data in our application? And one more thing, why we call our fetch API function inside the use effect hook? Because use effect is the hook which handle side effects very efficiently. What are the side effects? Side effects basically means that you have something that is not the part of your current component. For example, fetching an API from external source is not the part of your component. That's why we call this here. You have to manipulate DOM, and that DOM is not the part of the component. So that's why we use effect hook to do the side effects, because this hook handle the side effects very efficiently. That's why we have to call fetch API here. Okay, if we want to show this data of the API in our main application, we have to use the hook to show the data in the main application. So we are going to use state hook. Simple, right here const, for example, products, and set products, use state, and it takes an array. Always remember, when you have to change any state in your application, we have to use the hook. So just right here after the data, write if data and data dot products. If we have data and data dot products, so we have to set our data. Right here set products, and right here data dot products like that, and write here console log products and take this out from the fetch API function. After that, what we have to do here, write here curly braces and products dot length. If its length is greater than 0, then what we have to do is here write a div, and inside that div just write here curly braces and products dot map function. We use map function here, and write here prod, and this is also an arrow function. Now we have here, if we go to the browser, what is the error? This is the error here. Look, we have an image, for example, here. Now the error is gone. Look, if you expand this, inside this we have brand, category, description, discount percentage, ID, images, price, rating, stock, thumbnail, and title. We have these things here in our array. So we have to just show the image. How we can show image? Just write here product dot thumbnail, and after that we have is h3, and inside this h3 we have to show the title. Write here react fragment and just grab this inside the react fragment. Okay, now here just write images. Always give alternative. Now look, we have all the data here, image and the title of the image. Look how amazing is this. So this is the overview of the async await, how we can fetch data from external source and utilize that data in our application. So if you like the video, do subscribe this channel and share with your friends. That is for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.